Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio. Dave Morris alongside Jill and Stacy from downtown OKC Partnerships, here to talk some serious business today about the business improvement districts. One of these things that I think I know about, but I probably don't really know about. You guys are the experts. Thank you so much for stopping in.
Sure.
And a big shout out to Emily right over there. Hi, Emily.
Yeah.
Awesome. Happy summer to her.
Yes.
First day of summer, right?
Yes. Summer break.
Very nice.
Happening.
Well, welcome in and enjoy summer. We're going to start off, I mentioned it's a serious good business topic and educational. But first of all, we have new information, as I understand it, that you guys discovered yesterday in the office, breaking down the values and the strengths and the goodness of local coffee.
Yeah. We had a downtown coffee taste test.
Which I think is a brilliant idea.
Market research.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, we had a downtown cookie taste test, and then we've
that's
done
quality as well.
sparkling water taste test. Important
Yes,
research.
right.
Very important.
So yesterday we bought coffee from 13 different coffee shops downtown.
There are 13 different coffee shops downtown.
There are
I think
actually
that's
even more than that, or places that serve great coffee as well, but we didn't think we needed more than 13 samples. In fact, it was a little
excessive.
We're
Yes.
buzzing for the rest of the day.
Yes.
and then we all sampled them.
I'm
So-
assuming everybody probably with differing tastes had a different favorite, which is good.
Yeah. I even surprised myself. There's a couple of places that I only drink coffee once in a while, like when I think of it, but now I have a new favorite. Hank's Coffee won mine. Blind taste test.
Love some Hank's coffee. That's a cool
Be there
place.
every day.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite?
Mine ended up being Leaf and Bean.
Okay.
And then a big crowd favorite got high marks was Kitchen 324.
Ah, very nice. Now, are you guys drip, pour over, or are there some sort of exotic way of making coffee?
I wish I could do a drip. I want to do that. I want to get there. That feels like the goal. But I'm at a latte with simple syrup still. So
nice.
baby steps.
Yeah, we bought black coffee and a latte from each place, so everyone
So you
could
sort of
try.
had that baseline.
Yes.
Those would probably be my two go-tos anytime as
Yeah.
well. A good latte and just a good coffee. All right, enough of my shenanigans. Business Improvement District, the bid, let's just start right there. What is that?
A business improvement district is a mechanism for funding improvements in a certain geographic area. So most major cities have at least one bid, sometimes several. New York City has about 60 different bids, but and we have several in Oklahoma City as well. So on the screen, you'll be able to see our downtown Oklahoma City bid, and it encompasses 8 different character districts, and it is one of the largest, most complex bids in the country. So
Largest, you mean just land size?
yes, the actual area and the coverage, but it was designed that way on purpose so that our downtown Oklahoma City marketing and all of the efforts would be in conjunction with each other, and all of the districts would be working toward the same goal, but then retain their own individual identity.
For comparison, one bid in New York City is Times Square. So it is one entity like ours that only covers one street in New York. So definitely one of the biggest and strangest in that way.
Got you. All right, and then how does Downtown OKC Partnership play into this? Why is this important?
The City of Oklahoma City hires Downtown Oklahoma City Partnership to provide services that are supplementary to what the city does. So they clean the streets, and then we come in and vacuum up additional trash on the sidewalks, do power washing, landscaping, help maintain Project 180, things like that. And then we also do special events, marketing, social media, and then a huge part of our role is advocacy. So taking a stance on issues that are important to downtown and convening all of our boards of directors for the different districts, hearing what's important to retailers, residents, and making sure that their voices are heard.
And I guess one of the reasons we're talking about the bid is there's a renewal process, right?
Yes. Every year our budget is renewed at the City of Oklahoma City, and they just kind of take a look at how we are spending bid money, which is collected from everyone who owns property within those boundaries. It's a formula based on property values, their frontage, different amenities that they might be connected to, like the Bricktown Canal or the underground tunnel. So again, it's a complex formula, but all that money goes to the city of Oklahoma City, and then they hire us to spend that. So city council looks every year and approves the budget, and then every 10 years, we do a renewal of the entire bid and make any adjustments needed.
What's special about it is that, simply put, it's property owners investing in their district more than just their property. They are doing it for community, they're doing it for safety, for cleanliness, they're doing it for general quality of life. So, for example, some of our monies that we collect in Bricktown, they're to be spent directly in Bricktown, and the board got right behind our idea for the Bricktown Beach. So that is property owner funded placemaking project in Oklahoma City. It's pretty cool to see.
By the way, we can find more information at downtownkc.com, including a strategic plan. How does this compare, I guess, to others across the nation and in some of their planning? I guess not every city, what I'm getting at, is growing as much as we're seeing growth.
Yeah, some bids in other cities might have one responsibility, like safety and security, or maybe just landscaping. Ours is a pretty comprehensive bid. Like I mentioned, we touch all kinds of facets, and district management as an industry is kind of what we do. So again, we're bigger than a lot of other city bids, and just really in touch with each individual property owner, and we're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish downtown.
But organizations like ours look different truly in every city. So apart from just safe and clean, some organizations like ours, for example, in Kansas City, they have an entire economic development leg where all they do is invest in properties. They will rehab buildings, they'll be landlords essentially, and we don't own property like that, but it can look however the needs of that particular city need the organization to look. So we're flexible. We can kind of be whatever we need to be.
Let me ask you this, and Jill, you touched on it a little bit, but let's talk funding. How are you guys funded?
The Downtown OKC Partnership has 3 wings, you could say. So the partnership itself is a 501c6 organization that promotes and markets downtown, and we fundraise for that through Downtown in December, and we have a contract with the city to do some additional services like marketing and a few things, and then the bid itself is a separate entity, and that is a contract with the city, a separate one from the DOKC one that is just for services within the bid. And like Staci said, I mean, it's everything from security officers on the Bricktown Canal to running social media for all of the 8 districts, and we do lighting improvement, we have done public art, mowing the grass.
You name it.
Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Bird control, that's a fun one.
Yeah, that is.
Very humanely shoo the birds out of downtown.
And the third arm is our DOKC initiatives. And so we raise money through this 501c3 from Starlight Supper that you're familiar with, and the Dean A. McGee Awards, which are coming up. So all of that money goes toward this public art and activation wing of our organization. And so most of the big public art projects that we've done downtown have come out of that fund. And all 3 of these have separate boards of directors. And so we get a lot of input from our stakeholders.
Speaking of such, I mentioned the website, downtownkc.com. There's a strategic plan that has now been posted on that. And I guess that's a way of us to look forward because it had some recommendations involved, including possibly changing district names or looking at those boundaries to be adjusted.
Yeah, so when we renew the bid every 10 years, ahead of that we do some internal and external assessments of what's happening in Oklahoma City, what do we want to happen over the next 5, 7, 10 years. And we worked with some consultants, Progressive Urban Management Associates out of Denver, that have helped us set up our bid, and they help us through this process every 10 years.
And they have the cool acronym of PUMA.
PUMA, yeah.
So great.
And so we had a lot of meetings. We got a lot of input from the community on some online surveys. And yeah, some of the things that were mentioned, definitely people want to see more retail, more residential options, especially different price points downtown, and just more density and walkability, pedestrian safety. So these are things that were already on our radar and really just helped us hone what we want to concentrate on in the next 10 years.
I thought it was interesting, the survey report indicated that there were 8,500 downtown residents, I guess is the way to say it. I'd never heard it quantified before, and of course that was expected to grow.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's with every single year that passes, we have more apartments and housing options coming online. So what majority of our feedback was about affordable housing for the next few years. So hopefully that's kind of where we'll start to see some of those new developments going, which can look a number of ways, but it's usually providing an option or a variety of income level for one particular location, so that there's a mix of people in that place. And
that was kind of one of the main findings, if you will, from that study, as you mentioned, was they need more people down here, more density.
Exactly.
And then that would create other opportunities, I guess.
Yeah, so they were projecting that the population could triple in the next 10, 15 years. That sounded amazing to us, but when you look at the rate of growth that's happening with housing over the past 5 years, that's completely possible. And then of course that could lead to something like a grocery store downtown or other big retailers that we've been trying to attract to the city, and we just need that concentration of population.
I won't ask you who these people are, the retailers or the businesses, but I bet you know. Let me ask you this, core to shore and the growth going back south, that's not necessarily you guys, but the effect of that is something you guys would be directly involved in. Am I sort of saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily even one of your districts, is it?
No.
Or would that change things?
The district south of the core, the central business district, and the southern boundary of the bid are not areas that we oversee fully, but we do partner with the City of Oklahoma City and the Alliance for Economic Development to help plan for the future and find out where our services might be needed. So even if they develop a district around the convention center area, for example, we may not manage that district, or there might not be a board of directors or something like that, but they might want to hire Downtown OKC to do some landscaping or some additional marketing or something like that. So we work really closely with the entities involved there, and at this time we don't really see the bid boundaries growing outward, but you never know in the future. So we're thinking that for bid 3.0, we call it, that's renewing in the summer of 2020. The only real expansion area that we might include would be the north end of Automobile Alley to encompass where the Oklahoma Contemporary Art Center is going to be.
I like to call that the north end of the strip.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
The biggest strip, between Mandalay Bay and the Stratosphere.
It's, steal that.
It's this area. So you come up to my neck of the woods there.
Yes.
At the very end of Midtown, if you will.
Yeah.
The edge of Midtown. Let me ask you guys about the homeless population. I know that was part of this survey. What were you hearing, and what are the thoughts about working with the homeless population?
When we did the survey, I think it was 8 or 10 years ago, homelessness was a huge concern for property owners downtown, and that it was problematic, they were saying. So now they're not saying that it's problematic, they are saying that it needs attention and money, and that they would like for Downtown OKC to help out with that in some way, whether it's advocacy or sponsorship of organizations that help that, or partnering with some people who put social workers out on the street and do one-on-one outreach to people that are without housing or shelter. And so that's something that we're looking at internally and talking to our boards about, is what level do we need to be involved, or how can we support the organizations that are already doing great things? It
does seem like our boards are taking a compassionate approach to that. It's not about where they are, it's about making sure they have the services that they need, which is encouraging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. Again, you can find more information, including that strategic plan by Puma, online at downtownokc.com, including a list of the opportunities and potential goals there. including a segue to Kerr Park. And I believe you have a launch coming up, maybe?
We do. On June 26th from 11 to 1 o'clock, we are having a pizza party in Kerr Park.
And who doesn't like pizza? In fact, you guys could do a pizza tasting competition.
Honestly,
right?
Honestly, yeah, we could have little markers for all of our pizza that we bring out. It's such a fun time. We've done this in Kerr Park before last year, in fact, but this year there will be seating, shade, games. It'll be a completely different atmosphere than last year. And we just had such incredible partners on this project. Sandridge has been pivotal, obviously, to making it happen. They're the ones who made Kerr Park beautiful in the first place, and so they've been awesome during this process. And Southwest Airlines is actually who gave us the grant, and we're working with Project for Public Spaces, the experts in placemaking, to add these amenities to the park. So it'll be a garland cutting, our little play on a ribbon cutting.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you. And so it'll be definitely flowery and beautiful while people are enjoying their pizza.
I was down there last night after the Skirvin, the Red Piano, and it's a beautiful park.
It's
very
gorgeous.
peaceful.
It is.
Yeah, and the Parks Department, they've been incredible to work with on this project. All of our ideas, they're like, yes, this is exactly what this needs. We need seats here. We need shade for people to get away from the sun for a second. We need things for people to do in this park. That's the only thing that was possibly missing from that gorgeous space.
There was a couple out there with their dog frolicking. The dog was frolicking. The people were watching the dog frolic. But it was just a cool space.
Yes.
And a nice evening out there last night. All right. We'll wrap this up at this point. Again, more information, events, including things happening at the Bricktown Beach this weekend, can be found right there on that website at downtownkc.com. Emily, it is great to see you, lady. Please enjoy your summer and have fun. Yes. Nice. I wish every guest was that excited.
I love that energy.
Yeah.
High energy. I needed that.
Ladies, great to see you as always.
to
Thank
see
you
you.
so much for the conversation. I appreciate it.
Thank you.